One, it is quite a story, but before we get to that story, let me update you on the Malibu situation. Behind me is the roadblock at Canaan. Now, most of the roads into Malibu, most of Malibu is now open, which is good news for people who want to get home. All of Topanga, and I'm sure all of the commuters will be happy over this, all of Topanga is wide open from the 101 all the way to the beach. But Canaan, you have to stop right here at a street called Malibu View Court, and no one is allowed in even if you live here. That's just the way it's going to be because it's too dangerous to go back home. One of those people who wants to get in the area just to see what's left of her place cannot get back home, and she has a story to tell that will probably make your head spin.
I couldn't help but think of my parents, or the fact that it was another devastation from fire.
And for Carmen Meissner, she couldn't help but flash back to a different fire at the height of this one.
How could this be happening again?
It was a little more than a year ago. Her mother and father in Santa Rosa on a trip got caught in the deadly Tubbs fire. Her mother and father survived for 8 hours in a pool at where they were staying. Carmen, the mom, couldn't hold on. 8 hours. She died, smoke inhalation, cradled in the arms of her husband.
I was thinking that, I wasn't going to have to experience any more suffering from fires, and all of a sudden it happens. 4 months ago, she moved this brand new mobile home into Seminole Springs Park in Agoura Hills. It burned to the ground. There's no words really to explain what it is I'm feeling.
The only break, if you want to call it that Carmen Meissner got through all of this is that she wasn't here. She was out of town. She's a flight attendant. She wasn't here when these flames whipped by winds that were clocked at 40 to 80 miles an hour. And I asked her, aren't you glad you weren't here?
I wouldn't have been safe, but I know that I would have tried to at least, recover in what I could.
So she watched on the mobile app called Next Door. And who called her? Her dad.
He was so sweet. He said, whatever I can do to help you and rebuild, and we're going to do this together.
And throughout all this, she said, she just keeps thinking of Mom.
She's with me every day of my life. I mean, I've been grieving her loss all year long. If there's one thing that I do have is an extreme faith, and I am a survivor, and I focus on what I have, not what I don't have.
And Dad there to help.
And Dad to help.
And Mom up above.
Mom up above, and she's watching over me.
Watching over her indeed. Now, I asked her, does she intend to come back to this area once it's cleared up? She says, of course, this is where I live. And then she looked at me and said, it can't happen a third time, can it? Reporting live from the Malibu-Agoura Hills border, I'm Dave Lopez, KCAL 9 News.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't, Dave. All right, thanks so much.